Hey everybody, welcome to Mixed Media Monday. I have an echo. Let me turn that down. How's it going, everyone? Let me try to cover that up. I might be using sprays today, so you never know. I got to cover up my computer to protect it. Okay, so I'm so excited to be doing Mixed Media Mondays. This is brand new for me. I just started last week. And so... Didn't even know I did that. I love going through old journals. It's really fun. But today, I thought I would work in my journal. This is just mixed media paper. And this is actually last week when I began to create this book. I ripped some of this paper out of here. And so I am absolutely positively loving how this is coming out. I don't know if I'm even using this, but isn't this cool? Look at this. It's just like a huge old slide. It goes this way, actually. Can you see it? Maybe I should put it against this. Anyways, Victor Animatograph Company. And it's from 1916. I just think this is so cool. Anyways, so I didn't do this on camera. I did record some shorts and some reels with this. This top page has changed a number of times. So this is where I'm at so far. And I'm in love with this so far. I really am. And that is what it's all about, is enjoying what you're doing instead of striving to create something that is perfect. So this page changed a whole bunch of times too. And I love it. Look at how pretty that is. Just absolutely am enamored with it. So yes, welcome to Mixed Media Mondays. Please do let me know if you are watching the replay. This is so new for me. Nobody really knows I'm doing it. So I was going to put this inside, but let me just do that later. So today I have this journal, mixed media paper. It really can hold a lot of wet, a lot of layers. And I have this printable, and I am getting permission to share this with you. So just hold tight on where I got this, okay? Because I'm trying to get it to you. So I'm just going to cut her out. So I know I want to use her. I love her so much. I do wish I could play music. Left a tiny little bit of white on there. And I know I'm not going to want that, so I'm going to go back and trim that off. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I might just want to fussy cut her out, which, by the way, I hate fussy cutting, but sometimes it is really essential. So let's give myself two options. I'm going to trim the white off of this just in case I decide to use this, and then I might fussy cut her. So this might all have been for nothing, but it's fine. Laughing at myself because as I'm so I had no idea what I was going to do or make, but as I am walking around my studio trying to figure it out, there are so many things on the floor. I am tripping over stuff. I'm in Wisconsin, so it's very cold here. Actually, today it's not that cold, but this room is above an unheated garage, and I have a little space heater down there which is on all the time, and honest to God, I should remember it's there. I just keep tripping over it. I think I'm going to fussy cut her. Oh, Can't believe I'm saying that. She's pretty even shapes though, so this should be piece of cake. So in cutting her out, I'm not at the mercy of the background that's already there. I definitely could collage. I could collage her in with the background and then just, you know, continue the background as you see a lot of people do with decoupage, especially on, if you are a painted furniture art lover, you'll see people really blending out the colors from the paper onto the rest of the furniture or on a canvas, whatever. You know, and I know that a lot of us are scared to try stuff. And that's why I love art journaling so much. Is because you can just let yourself explore. So like this is a printable, you know, and I printed it from my computer. So at the very worst, I have used a little bit of my printer ink. You know, if I decide that whatever I do with this doesn't work out, it doesn't matter. I am not setting out to create some sort of museum-worthy masterpiece in my art journal. It is just for playing and it is exploring. I love every single medium that there is, you know, known to man. I pretty much have, I mean, I'm not going to say all, but I have most of the products available. Most of the fine art products, the craft products, the, you know, pastes and whatever. I have everything. And I have it in every color and every shape and every size. Because this is what I love. And when I do sit down to create, 100% in all honesty, I never know what I'm going to make. Even if I'm doing, like, so I am on the StencilGirl creative team, and even if I'm doing a blog post for them, which I do about once every 6 months, and I love it so much, and I love their stencils so much, I never know what I'm going to make. I don't know what's going to come out. And that is a direct result of play and exploration and letting go of the idea that I need to make something, you know, amazing every single time. Because you don't learn if you're making something amazing every single time you go out to create, right? You're not learning anything. And I've learned a lot. So I really do know what mediums go well with others, you know, and sometimes I don't. And I let myself allow and explore to really and truly see what happens. Oh my God, I love her. Do you love her? She is beautiful. So I haven't really promoted this Mixed Media Monday thing yet. I am being very intentional about my YouTube channel this year. And so I kind of just wanted to come on Mondays and explore and see what happens. I mean, really. So I've got the, oh, I love her. I have the Art Journaling Fridays on Fridays. On Wednesday, I am doing my podcast called Your Limitless Life. And I think she belongs over here. So I have a whole bunch of other elements, but I really kind of want to get started with these. I think I like this butterfly one. It says seasons change, stories unfold. I mean, these are so pretty. So I'm just letting myself explore. I'm going to cut out some of the things that I think I might want to collage in here. You know, and I'm going to just and I think that's why I cut her out of her background, because oopsies. don't know how to cut because I cut like a 4-year-old. So I just want to explore. This is what playing is for me, like really and truly just messing around and see what happens. Kind of like these. I'm going to leave that for later. And then, are there any butterflies on here? That's like a mayfly, right? Or is that a butterfly? I don't know. Oh. I'm absolutely enamored with these right now. Let's see. I think, all right, let's go with what I have because I'm going to add more, but I might do some sprays. I'm looking at my colors. I mean, this is very golden. There's like some really nice warm, tones in here. Browns, a really beautiful pale yellow. And then, some pinks, some kind of a muted teal. And I am thinking, so again, because I don't know what I'm making or what I'm even going to use or do, you'll have to just excuse me as I get up and grab supplies from around my studio. Because like I said, I have so many supplies, I literally can't sit next to all of them. That would be impossible. Ooh, I'm liking her on top of that. See, I cannot cut. I'm very imprecise, but that does help. That helps with exploring, playing, you know what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm going to get some stencils. I have this candle burning. Let me put it over here so I don't start anything on fire. That would be an interesting YouTube video, wouldn't it? Okay, sprays and stencils. I'm just going to grab a huge pack of stencils. That's a big pack of stencils. And I'm grabbing some Distress sprays. Let me just choose some colors over here. Oh, maybe Wild Honey. Like this gold. Not really. I don't know why I was thinking Distress. Oh, here, you know why? I think I just found it. Field paint, maybe. I don't really have any. Oh. My picked raspberry is gone. So I'm going to look at this for a sec. This is pretty good. This is peeled paint. No, Wild Honey is too orange. Loving this. I need like a pale yellow. So this is where different mediums will come into play. Okay, I don't need anything covered in wax right now. Okay, so these are all, not all, these are a portion of my StencilGirl stencils. I am looking for some kind of a background to begin with. Actually, I'm going to stick her right here. That's probably too crazy. I love this one so much. So I'm going to keep that out. Here's another one I just love. Love this. Gosh. I mean, I'm going to pick them all up and go, oh my God, I love this one. Oh my God, I love this one, because it's so true. I do not have a good way to store my stencils. I'm not somebody that's going to put them in a sleeve each time. I'm very kind of messy and haphazard. So I love this one too. Actually, that's what I made that book that I was making last week. This is the mask that I used. This one's so cute. All the little ladies. So if you are here watching, I sure would appreciate it if you said hello. I am broadcasting from StreamYard, so I have no idea if I'm getting the comments. I'm letting myself get distracted, but trying to think if I want to do, I think sprays are really fun. I think I'm going to do this one. I'm not even going to look anymore. So letting yourself go with your gut is a really, really good thing to do. I think I'm going to go with this one. I mean, that is so pretty. All right, I think I'm going to gut. So what did I say? This one, right? Yeah, I mean, look at that. It's really, really good. You see that? So I'm going to do this. I'm going to grab like a brown. Maybe vintage photo. And then maybe a light blue. Tumbled glass. That looks cool. Let's try that. So I'm going to use these 3 sprays. And you know what? Let me put some water in this because I do like, well, you know what? I'm not even going to do that right now. Let's just keep on what we're doing. I'm going to move these out of the way so they don't get overspray. This is why I have this up protecting my computer, because my computer is inevitably covered in sprays. And I'm just going to do it. You know, a nice commitment to the spray. Go all out. You can do it. Oh my gosh. I'm loving, loving, loving this. And I'm going to get a little bit of this in. Okay, I'm going to take my paper towel roll. I'm just going to roll it over this for a moment. I'm not sure if this brown is what I want. But what's cool is these inks are, oh, I love this. They layer so cool, but they are water soluble, so you can reactivate them. Hey, Kim. Okay, these are Distress Oxide Sprays. Like I said, they are water soluble. Thank you for joining me. Nobody really knows I'm doing this, so I appreciate that you're here. Hanging out. All right. Oh, man, I love that. Okay, so there are sprays all over this now, right? So, and I can collage, Kim, it's our paper towel. I can collage that in, you know, if I need to. I'm going to get it away from the candle so it doesn't start on fire. And there are inks, excuse me, on this stencil, or on this mask already. So I'm just taking my paper towel so I don't get my hands completely covered in ink. Oh. I mean, I love this. And I laugh at myself because I get pretty excited. Okay, so what I love about oxide inks is that they start to work together. And that's why I was thinking about getting some water in this spray bottle, because water activates them. And it's pretty cool. So give me 2 seconds. I really want to fill this up because I want to show you. It's a lot of fun. Okay. It's really hard to get in here. So this is my son's old bedroom. So this is I have a pretty big desk to create on. And then directly in front of me is where I record the podcast. I do all my business coaching. So everything is kind of, you know, it's like walking in a maze. This spray bottle is really not that good. It's not even working. Do you find that this spray bottles drive me crazy? One of the products I love so much are the Dina Wakley gloss sprays, and they never work. And I love the product so much. I am inspired to do this. Ooh. See how that just brought more color over here? I kind of want to do it again. Oh, I'm loving this. Soap pumps and lotion pumps. Okay, so I'm liking that combo. That'll have to be toned down. That'll have to be toned down. Let me put this on full blast. So anywhere the water sprayed there, and like, you know, I can use my heat tool to like move it around too. But there are really, really interesting marks that are starting to happen. And I am speeding it up now with my heat tool because I want to keep creating and I don't want to wait for it. Plain and simple. I have scorched this paper before, so just be careful how close you get your heat source to it. That isn't drying, so I'm just going to smash it. There. That'll dry on both sides. Okay, loving this. Loving this. This is not dry yet either. It's funny how you can just put your heat tool on there and it's not drying. It's also crazy too because it's so dry in my house because, well, winter. Because of, well, winter. So this Friday, Art Journaling Friday, I have a fully edited tutorial coming, and it is for this tiny little book. I haven't gone any further in creating more in it yet, but I really can't wait for you to learn how I put this together. And this is coming out this Friday on Art Journaling Fridays. All of this is brand new. I am, like I said, I'm being intentional about my YouTube channel this year. So if you're here, I would sure appreciate it if you said hello. Even if you're just watching later, that That would make my whole day. It really would. I've been a mixed media artist for 30 years, and I love to create. And I think really I want to inspire you just to play and let yourself explore and not have to be some kind of perfect thing every time you create. So I know, isn't it cool? I wish I could. So I have to have my phone that comes on. It has to be in portrait mode. It can't be horizontal. So, but I mean, look at some of these marks. These are like, that's so pretty. That gives me life. Where did I put my girl now? It gives me life. I sound like my daughter. You tell I'm hanging out with my 21-year-old daughter quite a bit. It totally gives me life. Okay, so I'm definitely going to have to tone the background down, which is great because that's just the first layer. Yeah. I think I'm going to use my little suitcase of fun here. This Titan Buff. This is high flow acrylic. And a lot of people think I'm saying tight and buff. And that is not what I'm saying. Titan Buff. Titan. You know, like Titan. You know, Titan. Okay. I don't have a little palette. I often just grab crap that's laying around on my desk. So I'll probably, yeah, that is going to come off. Just try to stay out of the burned part, but this is just a the top for my candle that's burning right now. You know what? Maybe I should not use that because I'm going to snuff it out and then it's going to be a total nightmare. Well, I'm just going to put it on the side. Hello. Why you no come out? Okay. I'm definitely really hard with my art supplies. I am. So I probably need to soak that top. So I'm going to be real careful. So this is high flow acrylic. You can see how loose it is, how thin it is. And I'm just going to take this now. Listen, I told you that this was water soluble, right? So anything that's going to be wet is going to kind of reactivate this. So I'm thinking about getting her in here somehow. So I'm just going to, and this is a little transparent. And I definitely have the wrong brush. Let's try, I'm going to try a mop brush instead. Can be a little bit looser. So this is a transparent high flow acrylic. So that means you can see stuff underneath it, right? You know, and it's all about building your color. Layers and layers of goodness. What the heck that is? Being very careful to put that over there because it does not have a top on it and I will spill it. A couple of brush hairs here. I'm going to bring some of this over here. Harmonizing, right? I think I'm having a hot flash. It's my face getting red. Woo, it's getting hot in here. I did turn my heater off too. It's really cold in here in the morning. This is right above the garage. It has actually been fairly warm. Yesterday it was like almost 50, which, I mean, The last few years we've had warmer winters, so we can't say it's unheard of, but it isn't normal. And for me, I don't know about you, I don't know where you live, but February is the longest month of the year. Longest. Even though it's the shortest month of the year, it's so long. It is like the dragging on of winter. And then we think we get to March, and I tell myself every year, as soon as February's done, it'll start to get warmer. And like March just, it doesn't ever get warm. Last year we did have a spring though, which was really nice. I actually think, so I have an e-bike. I love it more than anything. I generally will ride 30 miles, darn near every day. It's 2 hours, and it just gives me that time to just go and detach. And I think last year I was already starting to ride my bike in March. I feel like that's a truth. Okay. So now the contrast is starting to be a little bit better, but it's not enough. So I'm going to layer a little bit more and let me dry this so it's permanent, and then I can build right on top of it. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Kim. I will see you tonight for Ignite. So she has like this pale yellowish. I feel like this is bright, but if I combine the Titan buff and the pale yellow, I might get what I'm looking for. So we love to layer. I love to layer. I'm assuming if you're watching that you do too, or that you want to know more about layering. So the Titan buff's going to tone that down a touch. I may have to end up adding like a really gold. So that's brightening it up a little bit. And I'm creating differences, right? And even though I'm using the same brush, this is plopping, this is a gallery acrylic, and it's thicker than what I just used, which was a high flow. So it's creating different marks. And as the brush hits, it does different stuff. So that's what I'm saying about like just letting yourself play and see what happens. I do have a free class called Letting Go. If you are interested, if you're somebody that's really like, you know what, I have a hard time playing in art. I don't let myself explore. I don't let myself create. I let myself overthink everything. I'm a perfectionist. Like all of those things, this Letting Go class will, honestly, if you do it, it will change the way that you create. And it'll change the way that you think about creating if you actually do the class. So put let go in the comments and I'll get you a link to the class. And I will, when I'm done, I'll also put a link into the description here. I don't do the description for these Mixed Media Mondays ahead of time because I never know what products I'm going to be using. So yeah. Did I do a blue? I did. Okay. So I'm going to get a little bit more of this in here. Let me dry this quick. So if you put the words "let go" in the comment, I will just give you the free class because it has helped hundreds of people now really, really be able to let themselves play and explore. Their whole life changes because what we notice is that what we do in our art is what we do in our life. So those two things correlate. I needed to get a little bit more blue in here. Oh, I'm kind of liking this. Okay. Kind of want her to separate and pop. I'm still feeling like this needs something else in the background. I know what I want, and it's over here. Hang on one sec. These are the Caran D'Ache. They are water-based. Okay, I just want to make sure. Oh, I'm going to smush it. I'm going to smush it anyways. I am going to stick my arm in this, so I'm just going to tear this out. I always save the paper that comes with like deliveries because even though I have a big plastic tablecloth on my desk, even that gets full of like art products. So, and actually, what's funny is I can save this and I can collage this into something. So, or I can stamp on top of it, right? It makes a cool little background. I could stencil on top of it. So I'll just put this in a little bits place and I'll use it another time. This is exactly what I'm looking for. What color is this? Cobalt blue. So Caran D'Ache, these are water-based. I mean, they're kind of like pastels, oil pastels, but they are water-based. I'm going to put the cover on this because that will spill. I have a little plate. I'm actually just going to stick this right in the water to get it going. Oh, that's a pretty color. All right, here we go. I'm just going to start adding this. And what I can do also is, let me just clear this out. Let me wash that up right quick. I can get this really wet and move it around. I kind of wish the sprayer would work because I want it to move a little bit more. So I'm just going to pour the water directly on the page. See if I can do this kind of marbly and fun. Paper towel. Where'd you go? Let's just play with this for a moment. I got this bigger wash brush wet. Still kind of want to spray it. I'm gonna have to get new sprayers. Let's try this once. I just made a little pile of this. Just needed a little bit more contrast. I kind of want it to be darker, which is leading me to think that maybe this should be paint instead of this. Let's try this once. So I'm literally just taking this and dunking it right into my water bottle just to get it wet. I'm just looking for some imperfect little marks. That's kind of cool. Let's see, it's going to be on both. Oh, can you see what that did? Oh my goodness. That is really cool. All right, so this is getting a little messy, and that's totally okay. So I'm going to layer it. So again, you know, it is about allowing yourself to explore, make messes, just have fun. And I think I'm going to do some DIY paint on top of this now. Let me... Probably work on this for 15-ish or so more minutes. But I think I need cralin. And I'm actually just going to stick this same brush in here. It's going to be thicker. But what is so beautiful is that you can see all the little marks underneath. You know, and I can move this with water too if I want. But I'm starting to have like a really, really interesting background. So if you see yourself going, oh my gosh, I'm not loving how this looks, right? My best advice to you is just to make a change. Change what you're doing. Change your medium, change your brush, change colors. Grab a different tool, grab a stencil, a stamp, something. Trying not to let this be super precious right here, but I do really like how it looks. So, yeah. All right, so I've got a lot of that green in there, which I'm loving. I think the contrast should be a lot better now. And again, I can peer through and I can see all of these little marks in different places. And so I'm starting to really look at composition. Where does my eye go? Where does it get stuck? And if it's getting stuck somewhere, that means some kind of a change needs to happen. And maybe it's just a little bit of something Maybe not. Maybe it's a full, like, holy cow, I need to change this. Okay. Ooh, I'm starting to really, really like this. So what I learned from putting the mask down and coloring on it with the crayon is that I really liked it when I flipped it over and made a mark with it instead of using it as a stencil. So I'm just going to do a few more of those. There's a big piece of my hair in here. Wow. I don't really have a green in these Neocolors. I lied. Totally have a green. And it's the right green. Oh, this makes me so excited. Oh, this is how I get excited. Let me tell you. So see, I'm kind of exploring my way through this right now. I don't know what I'm doing, but it's just really all about fun. So, oh, let me get that before it spills. Yeah, you get this wet, and I'm just taking it to my paper and sort of activating it. I want to get it really, really, really wet. And I'm just going to color. This is giving me life right now. Giving me life. So I'm trying to work quickly so it stays wet. Let me just do this little area too. I never know what's actually going to connect with my paper, so. Okay, I'm going to throw this maybe here. I'm just going to press it down. Let's see how the green even shows up. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I do like it. I do like it. And there's still some on here, so I'm going to, let's see. Pretty. Pretty, pretty. Now, I don't know how close you can see that, but it is really gorgeous. So let's go in this little area with the cobalt blue. This green was light olive. I will link to these if you've never used these before. These crayons are so fun. They're really fun to use. And you can use them in so many different ways, including coloring on your stencil and printing with them. So I really appreciate you being here and watching with me today. My name is Jane Bellante. If you're just popping on, you've never heard of me, seen me, whatever before, I have been a mixed media artist for 30 plus years. I love, love, love making stuff. I kind of feel like I need something blue down here. Didn't even get there. There we go. Ooh, I'm loving this. I'm getting all dirty. I am here every Monday at 10 a.m. Central with Mixed Media Monday. This is something that is brand new for me. I've been on YouTube in years past, but I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot in the last number of years, including some health problems and including total, full, real burnout in my business. And so I just really took a step back. I am a transformational business coach, so I help creatives build better businesses. really by letting go of limiting beliefs, aligning with the truth of who you are. And I also have a podcast. It is called Your Limitless Life, and you can watch that here on Wednesdays. And or if you like listening better, you can listen on all major platforms. This is starting to be so exciting because I'm starting to see more of a composition taking place. And you saw how I just have been changing mediums. The overall star of today is this mask, which I will link because you got to have this one. And it is a StencilGirl product. I am on the creative team for StencilGirl, which I am like beyond, I love it more than anything that I do. And you will see my blogs for them about every 6 weeks or so. So you can go to StencilGirl.com, and then it is, the link for the blog is on their website. But you'll see me using their stencils all the time because I'm a stencil fanatic. So look at how, and I'll try to do a close-up of this, and maybe I'll do a reel where there's a reel or a short. This is YouTube, right? It's a short here. I'll do a short, like a close-up of this, but like the marks on it, it's really, you're getting a lot of depth now. You know, and I've used a whole bunch of different products. Same stencil, but look at all of the different marks. Like right, let me lower this. Right there, right? There's two different like little scenes of marks that are just really beautiful. So I'm loving this contrast now. And I do kind of feel pretty good about putting her on. I kind of actually was liking this underneath her, perhaps. Seasons change, stories unfold. And I'm not committed to it just yet, but I kind of like it. I have no idea where that comes from. I always just wish that I had a Southern accent. Well, this is going to come in maybe. Okay, so I use DIY paint. So I think the last thing I'm going to do, and I'll probably finish this in a short, I will speed it up so you can just see how I'm working on it, and maybe not even finish, but I'll continue to work on it. And I'll do that throughout the week, and I'll just put a short or two up this week so you can just see the continuous process. But what I want to do right now before I get this on, I use DIY paint. It is a clay-based paint, and it has to be sealed or it will be reactivated. And then that's also going to help, even though I put acrylic paint on top of those oxide sprays, it's still going to help seal all of that in. And just understand and know that these oxide sprays, no matter what you put on top of them, it's going to come through because it's a base of pigment and dye. And so you think about the dye, when you put like Kool-Aid in water, right? It's a dye. It dyes all of the water. So that's what this does. So it's a blend of the two. That's why when you put water on it, it does really cool and amazing things. The Distress Stain, so this is the oxide, the just regular Distress Stain, that's all dye-based. So FYI. This poor paper towel. What are you putting me through? So this is the last thing I'm going to do. I will put this liquid patina on here. This is also a DIY product. It's one of my favorite products in the whole wide world. I love it so much for layering. It's nice and thin. There's no odor. And it's a beautiful top coat, and it's a beautiful just like in between. So you can start to see how some of these colors are coming out. And again, I got this wet, right? And because that's a dye and pigment base, because of the dye, it's really starting to lift. But you're seeing the other marks on top of it, which that's like really what I love. It's like a magical little, technique, I guess. So what I ended up doing is the beginning of a really beautiful background. And then because I like to explore, I really don't know what her story is yet at all. And so that's what I'm going to build on the rest of this page. So again, I do not think they make this journal anymore. I will try to link it below. I have tried to find it fairly recently, and I haven't been able to, so I will look again. Maybe it was just, on back order or something. So I will let this dry, and then I will just continue to see how her story unfolds, right? Seasons change, stories unfold. I don't know. I don't know if she's going on this side or this side. She's probably going over here. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me. Wednesday is the podcast, Your Limitless Life. And I actually have 2 guests on, and we are talking about the base of worthiness, which is self-love. And so I really invite you to come and join that conversation. And then Friday, for Art Journaling Fridays, I am showing you how I created this little tiny baby art book. Can you see the cover? It's so cute. Here's the back. And then this is nowhere near being done. I have to figure out how to clasp it, all of those things. But I'm going to show you exactly how I did all of this, the collaging, and then making this book come together. So that is on Friday. Do come and check it out. That is a fully edited video, so I'm not here live with you, but as always, I appreciate you so much. I appreciate your likes. I appreciate when you subscribe, and I appreciate when you comment. I'm grateful, super grateful. Sorry, I had an alarm go off. Let me just remove that. Super grateful that you're here. Super grateful that I get to come and play and just use this as my time to detach. So have a wonderful week. I'll see you Wednesday on the podcast. Thank you, everyone.